blessing. It's it's a joy to be able to talk to you, and I'm so blessed that you can actually hear me, hear the Lord as He's speaking to you. See, we have a good amount of I call it religion. Apostle Paul calls it a veil that's on people's faces so they cannot see clearly the glory of the Lord. Because you are becoming what you are looking at. If you're looking at an apostle or a prophet, you're looking at some special man of God. If you are looking at special person, scientist, or you are becoming more like that. But if you're looking at Jesus, the glory of Jesus, 2 Corinthians 3 tells us that we are changed from glory to glory to look like Him. So it's so important what you're looking at. Today we're going to talk about living undercover. I know it's important for some of you because as you are walking with the Lord and growing and fighting different things in life and battling here and there and not seeing, sometimes take too long, not seeing things happening right away, and all this mentality, all this mindset coming from the enemy that makes you inefficient, inadequate, useless even, wasting time, and all this type of labels that the enemy is trying to place on you, coming with shame, coming with fear. They are building up inside, and I want to tell you that's a total lie, because every part of your life, it's known by the Father, and it's set up by Him. In His view, He actually took everything into account. And I want to talk to you about living undercover. See, I was talking to the Lord, and I asked Him, when He was 12, it is written that, He went to the temple, talked to people, kind of made His parents upset. But between 12 and 30, nothing is written. Seems like He lost Joseph. There are more brothers and sisters coming in. But we don't know. So I asked him what happened those 18 years. And what he said is that was his time of preparation. The water baptism, when the Father spoke and the Holy Spirit came, that was when basically he came out of the undercover. So things open up, and it was visible even for the spiritual realm. Because for 18 years, this was God in the body. But the enemy didn't, since he was not exposed, he had this cover. The enemy didn't have that much business to do. So the Father worked in preparing, by grace, preparing his soul. And then he said that when he went into the wilderness, That was the testing. The water baptism was the exposure, the removing of the cover, and then right away he went there for a testing. God is not testing something that's not done, right? I mean, it's oh yeah, well, it's, the Lord is really trying me or something. No, it's, if it's not done, he's not testing. He's testing to put his seal of approval because you are ready. That's his testing, right? He's testing the faith. But if there is no faith, it's nothing he tests. What? No, it's purifying the gold because the gold has the value, right? Nobody's purifying iron. Why? So, he was those times. What he told me is, he says, remember when Israel was running away from Egyptians, he said that the Lord moved in the rear behind the camp of Israelites, and he was light on one side for the Israel, but was dark and night on the other side for Egyptians. So Egyptians could not advance. He said that's a definition of undercover, he said. Because you are living with the Lord in the light, in the clarity, but the enemy doesn't see that and he cannot come to you. That means you are covered, right? Covered doesn't mean that everything is dark, you don't understand anything, everything is foggy, you don't know left and right. No, for you, that cloud is light. But for the enemy, he cannot even see you. He doesn't know what's happening in your camp. He cannot figure you out. Yeah, the reason it's trying to do here and there, it's because he actually doesn't know. He doesn't see. He cannot penetrate through, because he's separated. The cover is anew, and the Lord is preparing you in the light for this season. And he said that when he returned to Galilee, the news, he says in the word, the news about him spread everywhere. That's basically when the cover got removed. It got removed at the water baptism, but then all the principalities, powers, everything, it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? He is coming for us. So Moses was always prepared by the Lord and known by the Lord that he will deliver. Remember, it says that by faith he didn't want the riches of Egypt, but he wanted to be one with Israel, with the slavery and whatever Israel had, by faith. So there was this substance of faith in Moses even before he came back. But the Lord said, you're not ready. So he took him undercover for 40 years in Midianites, and married a kind of a stranger. So it's like, okay, I think even if the devil was actually worried for a while because he saw about Moses and saw him there in Egypt with that position, he stopped being worried. It couldn't figure it out, right? Until the Lord broke the undercover with the burning bush, and everything got exposed, right? David was running from Saul, and he had to have some places. Actually, he ran to the Philistines one time, and they didn't quite trust him, but he was hiding there from Saul. Yeah. And that's kind of an interesting thing. I think I experienced that, somehow, hiding from the Lord. You go in, the world, in a position, in work, in this type of stuff, and job and business and stuff, which is definitely in the world. But Saul, which represents the religion, it's way worse. It absolutely hates you and comes after you. So the Lord hides you with the Philistines. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? I just want to tell you, wherever you're part of the plan of God. I want you to stop right now and maybe take some place to write, a journal, something, and start looking with a spirit of wisdom, with a spirit of understanding, and look at your life for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And see, ask the Lord to show you all these stages and times, places where you went undercover in the preparation, and when the undercover was broken, he got you in the visibility and the battles, and then some more training, and places that he moved you from here there with his purpose. And look at that from that perspective. There is no wasted time. You are not in a waste time out there. I don't know what God is doing with me anymore. That's not true. That's not what you are. You are in a very strategic place, placed by the Lord. I don't know how many people can hear what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, the Lord is raising an army of these strategically placed people that are not necessarily people with names, or not yet with names, because they're undercover. Nobody knows them. Nobody can see them. But the Lord is raising you up, and it's teaching you, and it's preparing you. I want you to take so seriously every single moment of preparation and the testing of your faith, right? Because it's you and the Lord. Just see yourself in this training camp. It's so serious and it's so beautiful, right? Don't you love your general? Don't you love your Lord, the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings? Don't you love how he helps you and prepares you? That's so beautiful. It's so worth it. Every minute of it. It's worth it. So I want you to really cheer up and get ready and talk to the Lord. He wants to show you things, and I think you're gonna love them. Okay? And we'll talk more about strategy this week. Bless you.